Hello, I am Jaime Elizondo of Real World Ranching and welcome to my podcast. Today, we're going to talk about the 3 signs your land is stuck in survival mode. I will start by saying this. The number of productive animals you can maintain at a low cost determines your profits. This is a fact. Nothing is more critical to a farm's profitability than stocking rate. Now, is your grazing style or grazing program giving you the promised results? Are you happy with your profits and the speed of which your land regenerates? Most graziers I met and talked to in my travels teaching total grazing tell me they have the same problems. A lack of strong and deep roots in forages, a hard pan that is 3 to 5 inches deep, clump grasses dying in the center, and their best species dying in a drought or a freeze. A low stocking rate, and they are struggling to maintain good body condition in their livestock in the dry season. Now, you may think that is not a problem you have. So let me ask you, how do you really know that your grazing is working? How can you compare to the potential your land has? Do you know your land potential? Unrealized potential may make us feel content, but only when we are unaware of our land's huge potential. And we want to produce more with less, right? But how can we do it with high price hay, inflation, droughts, shrubs invading, and less desirable grasses taking over our pastures? And to make matters worse, our land's fertility has decreased over the last 100 years. Can you relate to this? Let me tell you that I saw this happen when my grandfather started the family ranch. Stocking rate was double that of when my father inherited the land, and the daily gains were also double back then. Those two things have a massive impact on profits. And the cattle were healthier, less health problems in cattle. Crazy, no? In the old days, it was easier to make a profit by grazing cattle, not only because of better cattle prices in relation to our cost, but they did not even have a grazing system. They moved the cattle to a new pasture every few months, and the daily gains were much higher than today. Why? Well, that is the potential we want to get to. How the land responded over 100 years ago. Have you read the journals of early explorers on how the grasslands were much more productive back then? With grass up to the stirrups of their horses, and an abundance of wildlife and good soil with high fertility. Well, I hope this caught your attention because I will explain why this happened. Most people are unaware of this because it has been happening for a long time. They say, now it rains less than before and brush invasion is taking over pastures. I want you to know why this happened and why a long time ago soil fertility, our soil's natural fertility, was much higher and grass was healthier and more nutritious as a consequence. Let's start with a few questions so you can recall and observe what is happening in your land. First, I will return to my original question. How do you know your grazing is working? Well, there are 3 signs to watch for. Are you feeding hay more than you would like? Are weeds or bare patches of soil spreading in your pastures? Are your best grasses disappearing from your pastures? If you answered yes to any of these questions, I want to tell you why this is happening, and I am sure you will relate. Here it goes. The cause is selective grazing. Selective grazing hurts the plants you want to keep and promotes the ones you don't. Selective grazing lowers your grass productivity by 3 to 5 times due to shortening of the roots. These short roots then allow a hard pan in your soil to develop. This hard pan limits the depth the roots can explore when they want to grow deeper. And how can you know you have a hard pan or not in your pastures? Well, simply drive a long screwdriver into your soil. If you find it gets hard to push at around 3 to 5 inches deep, there is your hard pan. You see, selective grazing takes us into a downward spiral where grass productivity, desirable species, and soil fertility diminish. Selective grazing is the leading cause of overgrazing, which means grazing a plant before it adequately recovers its energy reserves. And I need to tell you, it is not your fault. We have been told this is how it is supposed to work, but it doesn't. My students are living proof that there is a better way. Consider Josh Stick in North Carolina. His grass productivity more than doubled. His cattle are thriving at a much higher stocking rate, and he is not feeding any hay. He sells grass-finished beef under the total grazing program, and his clients are thrilled with tenderness and the fact that the beef is regeneratively grazed beef. He is implementing the Total Grazing Academy in its 4 pillars. Or consider Walnut Grove Farms in Wisconsin, saving much money in hay by grazing stockpile grass for most of the winter, while increasing grass productivity, getting good animal performance. Or Jorge Pando, northwest of Houston, Texas, saving on hay and supplements by implementing the total grazing program in a droughty environment with adapted genetics cattle. Or Adam Rabjons in New South Wales, Australia, he doubled his stocking rate, saved money by not needing to feed hay, and introduced Machona genes to his herd, which have proven to improve his cattle. And he's also implementing the 4 pillars of the Total Grazing Academy. Or Amy Pickard, who is in Central Texas, saving money on hay by grazing stockpile grass with her dairy sheep. And there are many, many more. We have a big sale for Memorial Day starting on Thursday, May 22nd. This is your opportunity to enroll at a discount in the best online courses, which offer coaching on profitable and regenerative grazing management, selection guidelines for your livestock, optimal calving season, and nutrition when grazing. We'll show you what to do instead. So join the waitlist and do not miss next week's email on how top ranchers and farmers are turning this around. Go to www.rwranching.com/waitlist. Conclusion and recap. The number of productive animals you can maintain at a low cost determines your profits. This is a fact. Nothing is more critical to a farm's profitability than stocking rate. Number 2, is your grazing giving you the promised results? Are you happy with its results and profits? Does your land have a hard pan? That's a telltale. Do you want to reach your land's potential? Why was grass more productive and more nutritious a long time ago, around 100 years ago? Could selective grazing cause the decline in soil fertility? Could selective grazing shorten the roots of your best grasses? The cause is selective grazing, which hurts the plants you want to keep and promotes the ones you don't. Selective grazing lowers your grass productivity by 3 to 5 times, shortening its roots. These short roots allow a hard pan to develop, and this hard pan limits the depth the roots can explore when they want to grow back deeper. Selective grazing takes us into a downward spiral where grass productivity, desirable species, and soil fertility diminish. Selective grazing is the leading cause of overgrazing, which means grazing a plant before it adequately recovers its energy reserves. And it is not your fault. We have been told this is how it is supposed to work, but we know it doesn't. My students are living proof that there is a better way, and we will show you what to do instead. Join the waitlist and do not miss next week's email on how top ranchers are turning this around at www.rwranching.com/waitlist. Thank you for following this podcast, where our goal is for you to maximize your profits while improving your land as quickly as possible. May God bless you, your family, your land, and your livestock.